First carry for Nick Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up.
Backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And some room to work. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time out of Chubb. 51 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run. Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call PPR?
Receiver still gets a point there, yeah.
Oh,
and you went that far back, no bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal.
A little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 27. Here's Mostert. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Wait.
Now they try the right side here. He'll have a first down past the 40. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, 73 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up second down.
Set. 180.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
180.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hey, high 7.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Run.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage. They'll be left with a 3rd and long.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Set. 180.
Mike's 56. Bring it.
Point it right. Buzz. Hurry.
56 is the Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll move the...
Rather than let him shred my defense.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A run for Nick Chubb, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
56.
Hey, Charlie.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
An opening for Chubb on 1st down as he dashes forward for about 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
180.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Set. 180.
56.
Alert.
I got you.
Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on 3rd downs, and now they face a 3rd and inches. And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I think they might have surprised them there, partner, because you try and guard the 1st down line first and foremost to stop them there, and they just went ahead and bypassed that in a big way and took a big shot downfield.
Being chased out left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone, but sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Real. Hey, wahoo!
To throw, Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And once again, the Browns are back in front. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
We're going to work.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
All day, every day.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I smell fear in that offense.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield flushed out right. This is caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Quick 6.
Jarvis Landry, 31 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
11. Hey, orbit.
They're going to try and throw.
Watch the run.
And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Check 56. I got it.
Run.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Watch golf.
56.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Here we go. What do you need?
Coming, baby, I'm coming.
21. Here we go. Hey, seam 6.
Watch the run.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here we go. Black 80. 13.
What we got? Kill.
Hey, Echo.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Here we go.
You can't block me.
11. 80 weapons.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers get a score closer. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Now Mostert. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
1, Omaha. Hey, Foxtrot.
To throw is Garoppolo. And Sanders has got it, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
11.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike.
Hey, Delta.
They're running it. And 58 is a Mike. Going 58 is Mike.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
All day, baby, all day.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 27, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. It got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Boys, bring it up.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's smooth. 53 is the mark. Oh, here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills. Right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns.
Here we go. Yeah.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
Set. 20.
Squeeze. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here we go. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 40's mine. 40's the mine.
All you get is a head.
Mayfield on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point: get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Nice pick.
Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Come on, fellas.
That penalty is declined.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check 37.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Good route here. Hey, exit.
We play to win. Let's go. 58, boys, 58, 58.
1st down, here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham. 28 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Check Mike 40. Hey, Zoo.
Check tight. Mike 40, check.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
6-6.
Now Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Watch
out.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And now he'll tuck it and run. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
King.
Get him, boys.
Watch out.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They run again on 1st down. Chubb, just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
61, matchbox lights.
It's a safety creep.
Kings.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
Regular. Hey, Haywood.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
Mike 51.
Zebra.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
A first down throw for Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. They run, Cook. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 more on that one and another first down. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. after the sack here, 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw, and he's going to go down again. Danielle Hunter in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both 1st and 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Check. Hey. High 7. Pistol. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike.
3rd and long for Mayfield.
Hey, we heavy on the edge.
And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Run.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hurry!
Yes, go now!
Hey, alert!
Mike 40.
Buzz!
He runs.
Watch out!
Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 20. Six seconds to... go until halftime.
180!
Mike 54. Let's go.
Alert!
Hey, watch Sam.
Run.
54. Mike 54. Push him back. Watch twist. Watch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
He's crashing.
He finds his target, Beckham. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They come out here in the eye. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. A toss play to Chubb. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Hey, Charlie. Hey, alert 33.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Mayfield down. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hey, wahoo!
It's coming this way, coming this way.
Hurry, hurry!
Here we go.
Kings, Kings, Kings!
40's the Mike, 40's the Mike. Switch up, switch
Hurry, hurry!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. So we come upon half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He's got Smith here. And he'll get it down to the 4th and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Cook. Still a couple yards. A 3rd down.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
They looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Now Cousins. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Switch it, switch it, switch it.
4th down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
51 the Mike, boys, 51.
Hey, seam 6. Seam
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick, But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin this drive with Chubb. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
To throw, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls. He's coming.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line.
Tighten up. Check. Check. Wide. Get wide. Check. Fresno. Check.
The Browns drive about to get started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Run. Hey, foxtrot.
Hey, 40's Mike.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
You see it all day.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Let's go. Let's calm the crowd.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On the carry, it's Cook.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Vikings on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Cousins. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds some open field here. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Come on, let's go.
On first down, it's Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They run it again with Cook. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
To throw, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20.
Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Check. Set. 180. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Set.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Bang, 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 bang.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield, he'll let it go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Now Cook running right, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Check 52. 3 down. Here you go. Hey, check 24.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Double up, double up, double up, double up. Check 26, check 26.
First down, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4.
Shit.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, he's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Mayfield on the move to his left. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 40. Mike's 40. I got wide. Hey, watch the edge, watch the edge. Pick the edge.
Watch out.
Mayfield to throw it. Past the 20. Open man is Higgins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes for a gain of 31.
Check 13. Check 13. Greystone travel.
Check 43. Switch.
Watch out.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Beckham, the lone receiver right. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield with it once more. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Alert, 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 alert. Hey, Delta, Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no.
On third down, Mayfield. This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
They'll run with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Smoke. We're going. Let's wait the hot.
Throwing, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Mike 51. Too little, cupcake.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Hey, 382, Liz, 50. Pilot, 64, weak.
On 2nd down, Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And Diggs has it. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Switch.
300. Hey, can.
Let's go.
Hey, exit.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Wait the hot.
Now Cousins on 4th down.
You got nothing.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. The veteran Morgan Burnett there on the coverage. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still 1st half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill. He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that his defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Mayfield from the gun on third down. This pass complete to Higgins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. A carry here for the big tight end. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Xavier Rhodes sprints in on the corner blitz for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on fourth down conversions. And here we go again. Mayfield looks to throw. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Hot, 180.
Check 53. Through. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Quaker Omaha. Hey, Zoo.
Lucky.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Leave it. Ringo, 48. Hey, Haywood.
Mike.
Cousins now. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get your swerve on.
Hey. High 7.
Mike, number 53.
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Here I come again.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Let's go.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point con. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Cousins to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Hey, no, easy.
On the ground, it's Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
No gain on the play.
Cousins gives way to Cook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a 1st down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Hey, Mike.
Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. They go back to Abdullah on 1st. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
On the run, Abdullah. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They're scared. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
Here we go.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They try again with Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. anticipating will we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check 9, check 9. Kill. Pistol. Kill.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Kareem Hunt stops short of the sticks. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Let's go, defense.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Get him, boys.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw is Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Come on. Show an A.
On first down, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Again, it's Cook. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
53.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Bailey's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And on that last drive, Went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They run it again with Chubb.
Go, 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 run.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there, Hatch it. Hatch it.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the return will stop right around the 25.
All day.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Chef. 6 guys.
Hey, flipper. Move.
Slam.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Joker. First. You go tight.
They run it again with Cook. And an alley to run. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. They'll run on first down. Cook. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
What I need?
58, Mike.
Yellow.
And 58 is a Mike.
Hey, wahoo! Where's the hot?
Cousins to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got 1 timeout left. Want to save it.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Let's go, let's go!
So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a third would win it. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.